sir. And good number of places in corridor to sit and talk. Students can spend more time there. There only real learning happening. So that you consciously provided that ambience. Nice to see. And also your display, I have seen enough thought and wisdom. Money spent on very display. I have never seen just a flex board. Everywhere glass with the stud and with the proper printing. So then application of mind and somebody consciously doing many things. So that we could see that first vibe. We never interacted with students or faculty, but seeing the ambience, the way things are in place, highly, because we are teaching engineering, campus we should see that productivity, the input and output. It should see that we could see the sense of productivity. It is there. That's what I could see. And sticker, choosing the sticker and the pattern, and all the labs are more transparent to give. We don't need to market. This itself will market. So that is, I could see some sensible intellectual interventions went through. Or they might have seen many campuses are experienced, put together all their ideas, and students are fortunate. Of course, faculty, I have seen that all the chairs, including library, faculty, what chair they are sitting, students also sitting in the same chair in library. These are all certain things without saying we can understand. No compromise, I have seen.
Yeah, you are doing a very nice testimony.
Truth. Yeah. Well, we are pro student and rather pro faculty or something like that, because in any campus these two are important. We can teach under the shade of the tree, no need of air conditioning room. But faculty important and their intellectual caliber important. They should be passionate teacher. Most of the time, some of our colleagues may disagree because they can disagree. I also agree to disagree with many times. All qualified people are not competent. And most of the time, competent teachers may not be qualified also. But these are all again always debatable. But passionate teachers are important for any vibrant campus. They only can provide that intellectual infrastructure. Management can invest money. They can make every room AC, put marble. Though AICT or UGC never ask for it, they can create. But finally, the outcome depends on the intellectual infrastructure. That we have to be a little more careful, and trial and error only we can able to settle with people who are both competent and qualified. At the same time, passionate teachers. So most of the time, teaching job in nowadays in contemporary scenario, it is a stopgap arrangement for many. It's not the first choice. That is also there, unfortunately. But there are 10 to 20% teachers. They are always passionate about teaching. They become teachers. It makes the difference. The institution is sensible and lucky enough. They get more percentage of such people. But 20 to 30% enough passionate teachers are there, we could create wonders. We do not expect all the 100% teachers are passionate and all. It's not possible. And whole world they found in Pareto principle that one, 20-80. Any campus, 20% students are 20% faculty only smart and they contribute for the outcome. So that way, this is my first impression. So we are happy.
So quickly, I would like to introduce our deans who are sitting here.
So sorry, we cannot able to recollect all of them.
Introduce the team.
Yeah.
So sir is Dr. Gopalakrishnan sir, who has been regularly in touch with us. He is the point we were talking to. And sir is Dr. Krishna Reddy sir. He is the chairman of ITCA. So they both represent ITCA, and he is Nikhil. Nikhil is representing TSC.
Nikhil Riaj.
TCA.
No, Nikhil Riaj.
Nikhil Riaj. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. So he is representing TSC. So they, as a team, have visited here regarding this program. I'll quickly introduce our dean sir. Dr. Krishnamurthy sir. He is our dean, School of Engineering. Dr. V. Vijay Kumar sir. Yeah. He is dean R&D. Dr. Vikla Balaji sir, dean School of Management. Dr. Muttareti sir is the dean examinations. Remaining quickly can introduce the dean. Sorry. The Dr. Sudhi sir, Dr. Mamta, training and placement officer. Dr. Tara Singh, he is a physical director, and Dr. Vishnu Vandana, head of the School of Management, and then Dr. Savita Belwal, so chemistry department. Dr. Mukundavani, chemical engineering. Head of the Dr. VSR, V. Srinivas Rao sir. Sorry sir. He is director first year,
Dean student.
Dean student affairs. And you know Dr. Santosh, Dr. Shivareddy sir, Department of Mathematics, Dr. Srinivas Reddy sir. He's Department of Physics. He's going to be more associated with us now. Sir, please introduce yourself. Sir, Dr. Madhu sir, he is Department of Mechanical Engineering. Dr. Anil Kumar sir, Department of EEE. Dr. Narendra sir, Department of Civil. We already know Madhu sir, and you know MSR sir. And he is Anurag Palla. He is Director Student Affairs. And, yes sir. Professor Narayan Reddy, he is Dean Agriculture. And Dr. Vasudha Bakshi ma'am, she is Dean Pharmacy. And he is Dr. Satish Kumar sir, Department of ITCA, Anurag University, and Vasant sir representing VJ. Thank you.
So there is our academic planning and he is from industry also.
Okay.
I think it's a memory overload for him.
Difficult maybe over the period we can.
I am sorry if I missed anybody. This is all of a sudden to me.
It's an app here
Yeah.
where we can have a QR code. He keeps his mobile.
See that
He may not remember everybody, but the moment he sees that, short introduction, bio of the person.
You can only get overall idea.
yeah, no, all departments, how many departments?
Yeah.
This is the leadership of this university. We understand. Other words, officers, UGC terminologies, officers of university, decision maker, day to day.
We have now 4 schools. One is the School of Engineering, School of Pharmacy, School of Management, and School of
Agriculture.
So soon we will be adding other schools.
Yeah, we wish.
Yeah. There are, engineering, we have all sorts of
Branches.
engineering branches. We have BA, BSc Agriculture, Pharmacy, we have B-Pharmacy, we have, and M Pharmacy, we have all kinds of specializations.
Yeah, under management, will you have commerce and all? Or right now it is there?
Only at
Yeah.
present we have BBA and MBA.
Become
We
MCOM.
started, this year we added, sir, from next year onwards we want to.
Yes, globally now trend was having every branch,
Yeah.
a branch now, like a buffet. You can pick up whatever choice you want. One subject from commerce, one subject from English literature, one from agriculture, science, like that. Some core will be there. 30-40% they can choose from any branch. And you have variety of courses.
BCom is there on our agenda now.
Eventually, I think that's like you rightly said, after a person does a core course,
Yes, sir.
he or she can choose what.
Yeah.
They can tailor make their own career.
Yeah, even now, many universities in Europe and US also, this branch, engineering branch, they are not telling now. Just engineering degree only. You can choose any combination of subjects. Some fundamentals, mathematics, like that core they made. Certain course they made some prerequisite. Other than that, you can pick up any subject from any branch and
It looks
have,
like that is the way forward.
yeah.
There's a major objective of NEP. NEP is major objective is that
No, NEP, yeah.
having certain core courses based on which degree is given, remaining all you can choose.
Correct.
I seem to be a little skeptical about that.
Yeah.
I could see him go a little slow on that.
No, NEP little debatable because of the way they made school education. What is the British, like family-based business or family-based profession, again leads to counterproductive. What society has become democratized now, that will reverse it and caste-based profession and curtail people going for higher studies. Limit the number who are coming for higher studies because government interested in numbers. Now this tertiary education who are passing 11th standard or 12th standard, getting into college is very less. Till 4-5% only we are doing. South India better average, 30-40%. Some states 40-45 also there. But overall country it is less than 10, single digit. That they cannot able to answer. That's why they are 80% or 60% they want to keep them in 12th standard and below that. Take some professional vocational, settle with that. Remaining whatever people are getting into higher education, that number 100% we given higher education, like that is there. But still, we have to wait and see what they really mean and what they deliver at the end of the day. So, last 5-6 years, we are seeing many promises, but not in plate. Every time it's a slogan or something like that. But intentions are good. They want to make education more relevant and contemporary. But what finally turn out, we have to see the dish. Recipe is good. Ingredients are there. But finally, how they are going to cook and serve, we have to see that. Whether people will be happy or
You
satisfied.
all can feel free to ask the team related to the program, if you want to know anything.
Yeah, our satellite related project. You briefly on to the satellite. You have any other agenda? We can deliberate now.
This is only for this.
Only
Exclusively for this.
For this means.
Ice breaking.
Sir, I have a small doubt
A
slash.
big doubt also you can ask.
Sir, so I understand that most of our students,
Ah.
they still like, and also few faculty, except few distinguished faculty who have worked with satellites,
Uh-huh.
do not have any idea or do not have the required expertise to work on a satellite design or manufacturing as well.
Okay.
So is there any way, once the MOU is signed and everything, that you can tell us the direction in which where we can offer few self-learning courses to students?
Yeah, sure.
Give them few things to get them acquainted, so that whoever is coming onto the team, the student team, is well versed with what they are going to do, is have a little background or technical expertise. that is required.
Yeah, I understand, sir. I understand your concern and question. My first reaction, it is good that you have not learned anything so far, because whatever existing knowledge, no need of relearning or unlearning, because of the reason, the so-called understanding of the satellite or rocket, always we have seen in the day-to-day parlance, anything difficult, they'll say that it is rocket science. Or in other way, they'll say, it's not a rocket science, it is easy to understand. Because what does it mean? Rocket science is tough or very difficult to, it's not for everyone. Why you are worried about that? It's not a rocket science. You can very easily understand and execute things. Another usage where they say, sky is the limit, they'll say. For us, sky is not the limit. We want to conquer the space. We are beyond horizon. We want to send our object or satellite, man-made object. The traditional understanding about space and rocket technology was always controlled or governed by the national laboratories of the central government of the respective country. Whether it is India or Europe or Germany or Russia or China or America, it is always government funded program. Private cannot do rocket, build rocket, we cannot launch rocket, we cannot build a satellite. This was the understanding till 10 years before or 15 years before. And worldwide, whatever space launches happened or satellite in orbit, built by governments only, national governments only. This is 15 years before scenario. Last 15 years, thanks to CubeSat, built by California Polytechnic, that CubeSat is like our computer. Anybody can assemble computer. You know CPU, RAM, graphics card, and what application you wanted. Accordingly, you can choose your components. You can assemble your computer. Cabinet also you have 10 varieties with the LED light, with the music, everything we can assemble. Finally, what program you write, what application, that is depends on the individual. But this becomes standardized. Everybody no need to reinvent the wheel. Standard packages, modular available. Plug. You want more RAM, plug it, more graphics card, more memory you can make. Even cloud it is available now. Like that, these entire things have changed. So CubeSat is one attempt that everybody no need to build the satellite from the scratch. So any satellite finally end uses application, mission objective or some particular purpose. We are sending the satellite. For that, payload is important. So we build payload, remaining things are plug and play kind of thing. We can standardize. They want to try to standardize. That CubeSat standard has come. NASA has adopted. Now it become a global standard. Like our mechanical engineers, many are there. Our screw and other things, military standard, then American standard, ASME standard, like that. They made, even in ECE, you have a lot of protocols. How send signal or take signal or data, digital transmission. We have certain protocol and standards. So like that, CubeSat standard become industry standard now. So onboard computer, any satellite, whether small or big, there are some standard systems, subsystems are there. Onboard computer, data handling unit or data storage unit, then telemetry, transmission, antenna, then structure, thermal management, then power management, electronic power supply system, EPS. This is a standard thing, whether it is 100 kg satellite or 200 kg satellite or a transponder in geostationary orbit, providing our communication network support and other thing. This is a standard subsystems. Same thing is there in CubeSat. Same thing is there in CanSat. CanSat is like our Pepsi, Coke can, soft drink can, 350 ml. This is the size. Within that, we can have onboard computer and telemetry, everything. This competition, CanSat competition, is globally academic competition for planners. Like Olympic, like FIBA football, like IPL, CanSat competitions are happening every national level and continental level and world level. So this is the way things have changed the entire learning of satellite and application of satellite. Now you look at the current scenario, 99% of the satellites in orbit in the last 5 to 10 years, even launch last 1 year or 2 years, even in pandemic, 99% launches happened by private companies only. Even manned missions, International Space Station, crew was sent by SpaceX only. Now rockets become reusable rocket. Earlier rocket once launched, first stage, second stage separation happens. Finally, satellite delivered in the orbit, that's all. It's all become debris. Now this rocket, after dispatching everything, again coming back and sitting in the place, they are reusing the rocket for next launch. So cost of the launch has come down. It become like a share auto now. Literally, it's a share auto, not even omnibus. When you go, anybody can board in between and get down anywhere else. Like that, now primary mission, primary satellite, 500 kg is the carrying capacity, 200 kg is the primary satellite. Remaining 300 kg, they put to 200, 300 satellite, 1 kg, 2 kg satellite. Whichever orbit on the way, they are dispatching them. Or primary orbit, they go dispatch the primary satellite, then come back and dispatch. In between shuttle service like that, there are vehicles now. They take them to multiple orbits. Ride share, they are calling. Literally, it's a ride share. So maybe Ola, Uber model also will come into space industry now. So what it says or demonstrates, there is a opportunity now for people to get into this industry. We can make a mark. So now there is an opportunity now. Private players can participate. That's why, fortunately, Government of India realized the need. Last year, Government of India made privatization of Indian space industry. Anybody can build and launch. Because of that, we could be able to launch. Nikhil team could be able to launch 3 of their satellites. 9 satellites only so far in orbit for academic institutions. Those 75 years of independence we are going to celebrate. Whereas in many countries like US or Europe, more than 1,000 to 2,500 satellite, academic satellites are there. Students built satellite by universities and institutions, including school children. Israel school children built a satellite and launched 3 satellites are in orbit. So again, coming back to his question, we learned this from Israel. So Israel, Herzliya Science Center, it's a municipal town, like our municipality school, government school. They are built a satellite. They are saying that the satellite center director was the Tel Aviv University satellite center director. Same professor sitting in Tel Aviv University as director for Nano Satellite Center. He is sitting in the school also guiding the students. What he says that more than university students, school children are more proactive, coming out with innovative solutions. Because children never have the fear for failure. They never ashamed because they never learned anything. So they never get prejudiced. But when we are becoming older and older, we have more knowledge, more acquired knowledge, more higher degrees, we become more prejudiced. Most of the time in the name of knowledge and experience, we developed our prejudice. This will not work. This is wrong. We have seen that it may not work like that. We always preconceived notions and preconceived ideas that will curtail our imagination. Whereas younger generation, first and they never know the fundamentals also, they can come out with a radical solution, revolutionary solution. So that will work in real life scenario. That's why learning anything so far, nothing wrong. We can start afresh. But these students also, what we are now team with TSC, they are all from self-financing college, not from IIT or Anna University or any other American university trained. They are all from our education system, our own schools and colleges. Once they have passion, they can learn on their own. 1 month or 2 months enough, or more than 3 months, people can master whatever system, subsystem they want to learn. Good number of learning resources, YouTube videos are available. Maybe after this session or MOU, we will share 4 links, which again, through AICTE, last week we shared to all the colleges in India. About more than 200 satellites we compiled. That's as a reference satellite. Like a PhD thesis, once problem definition identified or before problem definition, we go for literature review. Similar area, what are all the thesis people have done? What are all the genuine paper in good quality journal published? in this particular domain. So like that, we made our survey 1 to 3U satellite, which is our relevant, because once the satellite size increases, budget increases, cost increases. So within a reasonable budget, 1U to 3U, how many universities in the world launched it? What are all the learning experience? What kind of payload we can try? What kind of mission objectives? What kind of day-to-day applications? This could be useful, and it should be realizable. We could able to make it, because some sophisticated technology only NASA can have that equipment. We cannot build that kind of satellite. So it's a learning satellite or academic satellite, like how our project work in final year, 8 semester or 7 semester, what we studied in engineering curriculum, they have to assimilate and apply, try to come out with some solution. This final year project, not to outsmart industry or challenge Bill Gates or Steve Jobs. It is a project meant for time-bound period with limited resources. Whatever they studied, apply, assimilate, present it, some sensible meaning they have to make. So here we have to see the logical connection, application of mind, and whether literature review done, something like that. Same way in a baby step when we are making first satellite, we no need to think that like a movie directors will talk, no? This script, nobody might have done this role. No plot is like that. All movie, 1,000+ movie we have seen, all are same dish, putting little topping difference and color different, costume different. Maybe village subject become urban subject. Some graphics like that. Nothing new cannot be there, but they make it more interesting. The difference they're creating, the way they mix things and presenting the sequence, there they can create difference. Same in this satellite project, if you go through last 200, 300 satellite that we combined as a compendium of satellite, that link we are giving, you can all go through, or you circulate among your students group, they can go through, they can get confident. Then there are some learning materials we are given. With TSC website have a resource, repository of knowledge or whatever training we have done. That CANSAT training, CubeSat training. Rather, we come out with a 6 months course, 24 credits. Maybe your board of studies or academic council, respective department can adopt this curriculum. Then it becomes part of your regular curriculum. Or you can offer this 24 credit course as a honors degree course. Any branch of students can go through all the 6 subjects. You can charge the students also. Each course you can teach, you can charge them, ask them to pay exam fee, let them write the exam, get the credit. Then this could be supplemented as a honors degree additional credit. Whatever 160 credit or 200 credits required for UG degree, these 24 credits can be add on, give honors degree. Otherwise, make it part of this 24 also in the regular curriculum, like open elective or special elective or industry elective or satellite elective. Any branch students can opt for it, first year to final year. So pre-request self-study only. Maybe you can teach or you can keep all the repository available. Then it will be a perennial, not only this one satellite. Every year you can build a satellite and continuously this could be a vibrant activity. So curriculum we provided, reference book we have provided, and learning resources, professors from abroad, internship abroad, like that we have a lot of other takeaways. Maybe in the process we can discuss one by one.
Even though you answered me on that for the benefit of others.
Yes, sir.
There's a lot of ISRO in this.
Yeah, ISRO is this 75 satellite you want to click, then I tell what is this?
Yeah. Thanks for giving opportunity for us. On behalf of the 75 satellite mission, initiated by Indian Technology Congress Association. We started about 3 years ago. Initiated actually, but there's a lot of training, a lot of background, a lot of things went into that. And now we are ready. Because of pandemic and all, 2 years we lost, but still around 2001 beginning we launched 3 satellites based on our experiences. And mostly we learned from this knowledge from Israel. We have taken most of the concepts or designs from there. Actually, ITCA is working last 17 years on technology. We started initially with 3D printing and that kind of things of 2004 and all. Later, important things which we have done is microwave vehicles, let's say drones. We have a national program. We handle about 5 years with the DRDO and DST support. And we nurtured close to 95 projects in India. There are a lot of patents we could get that time.
I request Rigal just to be a little louder. The AC sound is louder than front mic. Sorry.
Yeah, basically what I'm saying,
we nurtured many technologies in India. So last 3 years, we have taken up as a space. Space is an important area. And particularly after our continuous visits of various countries and saw that the students can do this. Even though India is way ahead on space, but not much happening on academic institutions. So let's take this. And the other reason, space is going to be a big thing in future because it's going to drive the world economy in future. That's what we realized in 2017 that time. And we required a lot of manpower later. From now onwards in future, the expected the job requirements or employment in space is roughly about 2 million now. Okay, and a lot of new startups are coming up, and a lot of new unicorns are coming up in space. So it's the right time to get into this field by our Indian students. And when we saw that, and most of this activity from the academic side, if we take it, focused around Bangalore because of Bangalore having that kind of a backing or aerospace industries and all. Let's move out. So that's where we started. And currently, I think we are in all way we can go ahead with our patented technologies as well as experiences, launching experiences, ISRO's background. ISRO already constituted a project management committee to monitor completely the 75 satellites. And we have a lot of international network currently. Basically, apart from Israel, we have Serbia, we have Russia, we have Italy, we have France, and many countries we are getting into so that knowledge sharing is easy. And currently about 11 agreements are there, 11 satellites were, apart from the 3 we launched, and a few are also happening in collaboration with Israel there. Okay, this is our current background, and we welcome Anurag University to be part of the 75 satellite mission. And even Prime Minister is mentioning in last United Nations Assembly, is committing from India's side that we are launching 75 satellites. So that's again a boost to us. So with this background, any questions I think we can take up. Of course, both of them that continue interacting here. After this.
Is the date of launching fixed?
Yeah, there are 2 ways we are looking at. Before 15th August, we want to launch all the satellites, but some may spill out based on the availability of launch and all. Somewhere around June end or July, we'll get a launch.
Yeah, we are preparing for before 15th August, but ISRO's current scenario after this privatization initiative and other thing, number of PSLV launches have come down. So right now, only one they have in March. Afterwards, now they have one advantage. SSLV is there. It's a small vehicle, 500 kg carrying capacity. So what ISRO suggested, go for one dedicated mission. All the 75 ready, either in August or September or October. Before December, dedicated launch for all 75 for other reasons. To make a mark on occasion, 75 years of independence, we have done 75 satellite like that. Otherwise, 10 or 15 like that, we thought of launching it, but they wanted at a one shot 75 for other media visibility and create an impact. It will be a sensation like that they want that. It makes sense to have a good PR where we are open, but anyway, we are ready by June, July, it should be ready. That's what we are thinking.
Means 75, if not balance, whatever colleges will sign, maybe 15 or 20.
Yeah.
But balance whatever the another 50, how they will.
No. Now we have more than 75. 160 plus institutions showed interest. We are shortlisting now, and when we see, we may not conduct CET exam, but NEET will not be there. But something we are working out, and we are combining institutions since they are all expressed interest. Instead of one satellite, one institution, one satellite, budget constraint also there. We suggest 3 or 4 like a cooperation from different region, because political reason, same institution, next institution may be competitor, their catchment area for admission and other thing. So we suggest it's a real collaboration. One institution from north, one from south, one from east, or non-competitive zone. Like that, we suggest that is well received. Maybe we combine 3-4 institutions together one satellite.
Dr. Pallarajeshwar Reddy sir, our chairman sir is online.
Yeah, please.
Sir, would you please switch on? Yeah. Thank you, sir. Sir, switch on your mic, sir. If you're in mute. Sir, mic on change, sir. Raishu, sir, mic on change, sir. Sir.
Yeah.
Call change, sir.
Actually, namaskar to
Yes,
all
yes.
of you.
He's okay.
Due to COVID positive, I am in isolation. Otherwise, I have to share the actually the occasion by my presence. I am very happy that our students will get an opportunity for making this happen. I yesterday spoke to one of the Muralidhar Reddy Garu, and definitely we inculcate this innovative activity into our electronics and other students and also faculty. Definitely, we are eagerly waiting for launching this in the first phase, probably in August, which you said. We will act very in tandem with your society as per MOU understanding, and we will make whatever the requirements, physical requirements, the laboratory and other things also to be in place as per the date requirement. And actually, I have nothing to say more. I conclude by saying that we thank the organization ITCA for giving opportunity for participation. And I request to be, at least in this Telangana, we may be the first person to be having this MOU for making this satellite in part of the 75 satellites. I think under our guidance of our Chancellor, Sir, Vice Chancellor, and other deans, we are the youngest university, and also we are also very enthusiastic, and our people and our minds are also young enough, and definitely we will participate very effectively to make it success from this part of India. Thank you very much. And once again, thank you all for giving me a chance to speak to you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. We can continue. Anybody? Please talk.
One question that I had was, since you said progressively the cost of launching is coming down,
Yes, sir.
are we expecting as we go further the cost will come down? Are you looking only at the Indian launch ISRO as a primary launch mode, or are you looking to collaborate with the other?
No, outside also, sir. Now, even ISRO, now they may not depend on ISRO launch vehicle alone. Now, NSIL, New Space India Limited, earlier Antrix was there, a commercial hub. They do all this launch business. So, NSIL was created. NSIL take ISRO's VSCC, PSLV or SSLV, or they can go with SpaceX or any other launch. So now that boundaries and all gone, borders and all gone. So wherever cheaper launch, and whenever they send launch, they have spare capacity they want to utilize. That's why it will come 1/3 of the price, 1/4 of the price. Normally in launch business, per kg, normally 25 lakhs we have to pay. The satellite weight or deployer weight put together, per kg 25 lakhs was the market price. That has come down to 5 lakhs now because of the SSLV, and Indian rate is for secondary passenger. Primary passenger still 25 to 20 lakhs only they are charging. But secondary passengers, once the primary load is fixed, like our truck, no, 7 ton we can carry. 2 tons already load is there, or 3 ton is there. Remaining 2 or 3 tons, on the way they can pick up whatever rates they come. Something like that only launch business. And again, launch day is approaching. Even our aircraft fares are like that. Seats are more flexi fare, no, lesser price. Demand is there, more price. Flexi ticketing. Even INOX theater, PVR also movie release time. Ticket entry fee will be more, and it will be reduced when it goes down. Same thing in every industry. Flexi fare, customer driven, demand supply only. So what they are making now, wherever cheaper launch it is available, manifest available, people go for ready with the satellite, wait for optimum launch, lesser price, that time they will push the satellite. 1 week they can go and integrate. On-demand launch has come. That's why ISRO made this SSLV. Every time they cannot wait for 500 kg payload, 200, 2000, 3000 kg payload. This SSLV is only 500 kg. So only one satellite, 300, 400 kg only. That's 3 days they can integrate the launch vehicle and assemble and launch. Whereas PSLV need actually 2 to 3 months or more than 3 months for assembling the entire launch vehicle ready for launch. So this SSLV is 3 to 4 days notice. Every week one launch they can make. That's why now they are finalized one more launch pad at near Kanyakumari, Kulasegaram. That launch pad they are creating exclusively for SSLV. Because in Sriharikota we have 2 launch pad, first one, second one. That mainly cater to PSLV, GSLV. This SSLV need a small facility, so they are creating all SSLV every week or every alternate like movie release. Every Friday movie will be released. No, like that they want to put on-demand launch.
The reason I asked is that I liked your proposal, which you talked about saying that we can introduce this into our courses.
Yeah.
And some of the students will make a career around it.
Yeah. Even rocket also another area people can work on. At a time we don't want to put everything. Rockets, alternate fuel, like that many startups. Even IIT Madras, we have 3-4 startups on launch vehicle. So it will be competition to ISRO launch vehicle. Cost of it is small launch vehicle. Why 500 kg, 10 kg, 20 kg? Because our satellite is 1.5 kg. So 3 kg, 4 kg, why we need elephant size rocket? So small rockets. That's what now people are talking. Even people are experimenting with Boeing or aircraft, taking to some 40, 50,000 feet. From there, launching is still cheaper. Like that, many experiments are going on. So that may be the best option. People can work on both rocketry as well as satellite.
The other thing is that, for example, if our
Even as a
students are-
university, you can offer courses also. ECE, another specialization, super specialty, satellite communication or satellite building. Space technology, B.Tech in space technology or M.Tech in space technology, or selective subjects you can give. Dual specialization.
Sorry,
Yes,
just on the time.
Yes.
Just wanted to add one more supplementary.
Yeah, please.
Some of our parts of our university are application oriented.
Okay.
It's an agriculture or business.
Yeah.
The electronics people are the people who build the satellites and do the
Yeah.
communication all of that. So these are the user kind of people.
Yeah.
Now the life of the nano satellite typically seems to be much shorter range.
Yeah.
Now, is there any law in terms of owning? For example, Anurag wants to own one satellite for its own purposes. For example, we want to deliver some sessions to some tribal area students in Telangana or something of that kind. So are there any constraints, cost constraints,
No, sir,
legal
this delivering
constraints?
lessons and other things.
Just one example.
I understand. No, anything this online related content, mobile phone and internet is the cheaper alternative. Now cloud server, so many things have come. But your question I understood in other way. So like building rocket, building satellite, all this is development one area. But already thousands of satellites in orbit. Even ISRO itself accumulated tons of images, hyperspectral images available. So this application interpreting the images for agriculture purpose, urbanization, asset monitoring, there hundreds of startups and projects can come. We no need to own satellite, we no need to build a satellite, we no need to launch satellite. Yet we can do space industry related startups and quite good number of applications are there. Using a new algorithm or mixing 2-3 algorithms together, interpreting the images, satellite images, inferring valuable information or adding value to the existing information. This is another big area. Even one example I will tell. See, even in Bangalore, now all the land registered documents comes with geotag. So everywhere it started, everywhere land record. But how to monitor the asset? You have a site in 50 kilometers away. Somebody developed a layout. Whether somebody encroached or not, daily you cannot go and see. Maybe 200 kilometers away you have a site or agriculture land. Somebody encroaching your fence, putting a hut or making extra construction or something. So 24/7 how to monitor. So some value-added service could be given with the Google Earth image only. You can buy image from Google. Again, everybody cannot have a high resolution image. There are strategic applications. 1 meter is the normal resolution. Less than 1 meter also now resolutions are available. We can buy images of your particular interest area. You can give longitude, latitude, or your area boundary, land boundary or site boundary. That image only every 1 hour or every alternate day or every week it could be downloaded. Somebody can develop an application. It's geofencing or geotagging kind of thing. We monitor your asset, periodically we'll send information, whether it is encroached or not. Even you have some 10 acres or 100-acre land, vegetation pattern, every month or every week, whether it is dry, watering done or not. See, lot of other, Israel, they are doing the flowering time, they send a drone or some aerial image they are taking. Then they are predicting that this year yield will be so much. Just a flowering stage, what is the size of the mango, size of the banana, everything they are predicting, algorithm is there. Even water leakage, corporation water, drinking water distribution network, whenever we have a leak on surface, that leak is there for 3 years. That's why today we are seeing leak on the surface. So 1 meter below, 3 years before leak started, after 3 years only it comes to the surface. But 2 students made a project, they made a big company, they are consulting even Chandigarh municipality. Worldwide they have clients. They never launched any satellite. They borrowed image from one old Japanese 10-year-old satellite, discarded satellite image. Throw away price, they got the image. Whichever area interested, that time only they buy the image. Hyderabad city or Tirupati municipality or Vijayawada municipality, that area image if they get, they say that any signature change in the under surface, 1 meter deep surface, chemical change happen when water leak is there, silica reacts, that they are predicting and saying that water leakage is there. Now this OFC cable, what all Reliance or the Geo, all these people are buried in the streets. Wherever defect is there, sitting in Bombay, they tell that in MG Road, 1 meter accuracy, they'll tell where the fault is there. They go dig there and correct it. So like that, water pipeline solutions are available. So satellite image, satellite related technology and its application, plenty are there, but we have to create an ecosystem. We have to create an interest. We need mathematics people, we need a civil engineer, remote sensing related 1,000 kind of startups can be come out with all this modern technology, mobile phone. This is a big marriage happened between all technologies now. So we are no need of looking solution in silos. Civil engineer and computer scientist and mobile operator, Geo or Reliance, together we can come out with some solution. See, all our TV channels, right, whether it is Tata Sky or Sun Network, you look at first landing screen will be their advertisement. Daily you pay 10 paise or 2 paise, we will teach yoga, we teach Hindi, we teach Urdu, everything they'll tell. Their model was 1 lakh subscription or 1 crore subscription, everybody pay 1 rupee means daily 10 crores, no. They have everybody having 30-40 crore subscriber. That's why 10 paise per month. It looks very silly. Why 10 paise thing they are advertising? But they know that recipe, you know. Selected recipe may come now. Only Hyderabad biryani recipe, 10 rupees you can pay, get recipe, or 10 paise you pay, get the entire process. See, on-demand movie that Netflix and all, how it become popular now. Taste vary, business model, new model they are evolving. So nobody interested now, theater release also now. OTT itself, they are getting enough money. Per download like that, usage based. Even satellite ground stations now come with usage based. Whenever you need, you download the image, that time you pay for it. This Ola Uber model.
Regarding the payloads and for that, do you give any suggestions like that? Can we choose or any identified?
No, but obviously we have given suggestion because keeping the constraints in mind now, because the 75 satellite 6 months we have to develop and all, still there is an opportunity for payload. Even we have made an appeal through AICT presentation also. 240 grams with 10 by 10 cross section with 25 mm thickness. Within that volume, anybody can come out with any innovative payload. We could able to integrate into the satellite. Your own satellite also, you can have your own payload. But we have primary payload and we have some secondary missions. That is right now we defined and why we defined also we are telling. At the same time, it is open for discussion. Your team of students and faculty member go through the literature, go through various satellites already launched. Try to come out with your own mission requirement. Then we try to incorporate. That is possible. Of course, there is a constraint, power constraint, volume and the mass constraints. Yeah. Come.
Okay. It's from PSC. So it's from ITCA.
So,
we have
some, just now he spoke.
sorry.
Yeah, he spoke, sir.
Oh, okay.
Already completed.
No, you guys go ahead. I don't want to disturb the No, just Q&A only, just clarification. Brainstorming. Yeah, brainstorming. So we are open, madam. Mission objectives, some primary, secondary mission. Always in any launch, we have some secondary mission. Because here primarily we are testing the, in orbit, we have to prove all our hardware is surviving in hostile environment. That itself a big takeaway because these are all the system, subsystem we can sell in the global market. Now only 3-4 companies in Europe, ISIS, GomSpace, and Pumpkinsat like that, Bulgaria based, 3-4 companies only there. Some US companies are there. This market is huge. So all our system, subsystem, onboard computer or EPS, telemetry, antenna system structure, this could be saleable in the global market. Many startups can come around this system and subsystem marketing. This is one proof of concept we are making. Then inter-satellite communication and constellation, like what Elon Musk tried to put 40,000 satellite and network, you want to provide services. We are also demonstrating IoT in space, Internet of Things and Industrial Internet of Things, IoT, IoT in space environment. We are trying to demonstrate that. There is another experiment. And once you launch your satellite, your own ground station will monitor your own satellite. Other than your satellite in low Earth orbit, with the mobile app, your students also can track the satellites. So this way, the satellite communication can be taught with hands-on. Instead of theoretical in a laboratory environment, your ground station communicate to the low Earth orbit. You can command your satellite and retrieve the data from the satellite, and it go through the mobile app. Like that, end to end, we can have the ecosystem. It gives more confidence. It's not just theory and practice going together. So learning by doing is the slogan. And globally, United Nations also come out with the CubeSat revolution, satellite for everyone, and every country have their own satellite without their national space agency. Like ISRO equivalent, not there in every other country. Only 7-8 countries only having formal space agency and budget and resources for doing the research. Otherwise, 150 plus countries, they don't have any formal space program. So this 75 satellite mission will give confidence to all those nations. Space for everyone, satellite for everyone. That is the slogan of University Space Engineering Consortium, which was created in Japan. So satellite for peace missions and satellite technology should be accessible to everyone. Like inclusive. United Nations always they talk about sustainable development goals, SDG and all. Everybody should not be denied with the satellite technology. Just some richer nations or powerful nations, they allow controlling satellite technology. Every nation, every citizens of any human being should have access to the technology, bringing technology to the bottom of the society. That is the idea with which this entire small satellite mission happened everywhere. So it's the right time we are also joining, and as Dr. Murali Reddy told, a huge employment opportunity, and somebody without knowing space related, they become illiterate. Like that, things will go unchanged. Now everybody knows how to operate smartphone. Learned person or illiterate, even how the Paytm and GPay and all used by roadside vendor everywhere. It become ubiquitous. Everywhere it is there. It never be in a constraint. Similarly, it's changing the satellite channel, remote. Every household, everybody knows. So like that, knowledge of the satellite and using the satellite technology for day-to-day applications and other things also become order of the day. So this will bring in huge number of employment and a lot of startups. As an academic institution, we should be ahead of the market requirement. We have to provide that kind of ecosystem. So right time, Anurag University took that bold decision. With quick interaction within 3-4 days, he could able to decide. It really, we are happy to see that somebody so proactive and ready to venture into the challenge. It's a high time. So always first will be remembered in history. Who make the first step in the moon? Everybody knows who is that. But originally that person supposed not to land. The second person only supposed to land. That fellow have little hesitation, but that protocol was decided. First fellow was hesitate. Next second, other fellow should step in. That was their guidelines. That was the decision taken. That's why the second fellow put the first step. He become historical character. So like that in entire Telangana, Anurag will be in history that first university to make a satellite project and decided to launch. Another 2-3 comes or may not come also, but it will be in history. So that way we congratulate the management and the chancellor.
Discussion with some other universities in Telangana.
It's going on, sir. Last 3 years, even some visited Israel and. Yeah, it's going on, sir. Because AICT made an effort last 3 weeks There are some 10, 12 institutions are shown interest. Interactions are going on, but since they are very proactive, your management, then still we have not processed that 160 plus applications. Because they wanted some reading material and other things. We wanted to give equal opportunity.
Collaboration, somewhere it mentioned Indo-Israeli kind of a thing in the MOU.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What role does Israel play in this whole project?
Yeah. Entire concepts are designs which we taken from the last. From there we started developing.
Particularly small satellite segment, sir. ISRO made the smallest satellite was 1 feet by 1 feet. Some 30 kg or 40 kg.
The red button.
Green, no? Okay. Yeah. So far, our Indian experience, though we have many first and 104 satellite we launched, many experiences we have, but it's all in macro satellite. Macro means, but in ISRO definition, micro satellite is 10 kg satellite or 35 kg satellite. But what we are talking of is 1 kg, 2 kg or 3 kg satellite. This is what now predominantly in the market. Even Elon Musk, what is? Yes.
I'm still not clear as to what role Israel is playing.
No. Israeli, what we have done, where we learned from them was, they started with school children. The first country with the school children making satellite and putting into low Earth orbit, they started. So fortunately, we have some collaboration with them. We visited their facility. Then it need not be a sophisticated clean room with the existing common facility they created. The Tel Aviv University Nano Satellite Center director is the director for school satellite project also. He is having dual role. So what he told me just now, I shared with our faculty members. Younger kids are not having fear of failure.
No, see, that's getting into a different.
Yeah.
Those things I can understand.
No, sir. Israel space training and
the fact that I learned something from Israel.
Yeah.
Does it make it Indo-Israel project?
Okay.
I learned so many things, like, I learned from American University. I go.
No, here funding comes from Israel. Yeah, I got your point, sir.
Does it become an IIT?
Yeah. No, here the
Project.
correct.
Learn something, but it can still be an IIT project.
No, here this entire project you can avail soft loan from Israel. Soft loan for the entire project. Even setting up for 5 crore worth of facility, not only satellite related.
5 crores from Israel. Not from one country at this stage.
No, sir. Individual institutions. Sir.
I'm talking, we are looking at our nation going to a 5 trillion economy.
Yeah.
And we need a 5-10 crore loan from Israel. It doesn't make sense.
No, sir. It makes all 75 satellite put together, 400 crores allocation is there.
400 crores for India.
But not for India, sir. Not for India.
Give money. We have tried all that.
So we are taking this money from Israel to do
No.
project.
Somebody want.
Somebody want, then it become in the Israel project. They give funds for the project.
In the process, are we also giving away technology to Israel for 400 crores?
No.
Whatever, they may put 200.
No, it's a repayable loan, sir. It's like instead of bank, they are giving loan, 0% interest.
Israel, with all due respect, I have Israeli friends also. I mean, जैसे हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना, चमड़ी जाए पर दमड़ी ना जाए.
Yeah, obviously.
Careful out here.
Obviously. No, they have their interest is there, but not on technology or patents.
All I'm saying is that I'm just little perplexed, as to great to have collaboration. Technologically, also they are very advanced. But in this project, I thought in satellite communication, satellite technology, we are far ahead of Israel. Israel doesn't have a space station to launch satellites.
No, they have
very little.
No, they have
Best technologies in terms of tanks, in terms of other things, they are far ahead of us. Sorry?
Avionics.
Because
Israel aerospace industry.
Aerospace is good, but satellite and aerospace are not quite the same.
No, micro satellites, they're the small satellite, 1U, 2U, 3U, they have their own expertise. That we got trained our teams, and they are also coming here. We have some exchange programs and collaboration. That sense it was there. Otherwise, it is an independent project. Whenever it's not a rider. Any university or institution interested in it.
Co-branding it is fairly.
No, we are not co-branding.
The way it was there, the MOU had a co-branding with Israel. The front page it says Indo.
No, Indo-Israeli initiative that.
I mean, don't get. I have nothing.
No, I understand.
I visited Israel some 3 times.
Okay.
One also with.
No, this is benchmark with
Israel. I've participated collaboration with Israel.
No, I got your
I
point,
have a
sir.
very good friend at Technion.
Okay.
That's not the issue.
No, I got your point. That first page thing in the Israeli initiative that you are because they made similar. They made a 70 satellite initiative. to celebrate Israel's 70 years of independence. That is the benchmark with which it started. That's why we named it. Otherwise, it's not mandated to mention that.
I mean, I'm just wondering why mention it's an individual.
No, we have not branded in the general thing.
What I'm saying is,
No, sir,
maybe some other country which had launched 20 satellites. I mean, you are saying Elon Musk is launching thousands of them. Not just 1 or 2 or 20 or 30. So I'm just wondering the motivation behind joining.
No, sir, here academic institutions insisted that, that's why. Otherwise, we never put, some of the university, we never put that. But for NAC, NB, other thing, the people wanted some collaborative project, that initiative kind of thing. That sense.
Like, I would have been happy if ISRO was mentioned. To be honest, if you ask me, from my personal perspective, I'm more happier if ISRO was mentioned.
Okay.
To me, that is a very internationally, we are proud of it.
True,
we travel abroad, when we talk about it, we are always proud of what ISRO has achieved.
Sure.
Maybe we quickly change the top page.
No, sir, that page is not mandatory, sir. It's not, we want, we can keep it. Otherwise, that page is just a decorative piece only. It's never have any.
Somewhere we can mention ISRO in this, or we
There is ISRO, sir. Launch is ISRO, my project is monitored.
There is one sentence here where it says ISRO. I'm just wondering. So the last question I had is like,
yes, sir.
Suppose you don't, I mean, I'm assuming you should get 75 institutions, given that India has so many thousand colleges. And
whichever ready, it will be launched in phases.
It will be launched in phases.
Yes, sir. 10, 15 like that. It will
I see. Okay.
Even one also can go, whichever ready also.
Whichever ready.
That contingency.
So that was the question, that it should, when students and faculty are putting in so much effort.
Obviously.
Finally, what they want to see is that, yes,
it should be in orbit. It should be in orbit.
And the other thing you're saying, if I launch it, will I be able to see whatever, even the beacon signal on my cell phone, or do I need something?
Both cell phone as well as your ground station.
Ground station, I can understand.
But it will be in cloud. It will be in cloud.
Oh, from the cloud.
We have mobile app we are giving.
So ground station will be located where?
Here, your college it will be.
I see.
You can command the satellite from here.
But that payment for the ground station?
All inclusive.
So basically, it will be like a SATCOM is what you'll have at the ground station.
So ground control station for your satellite.
It will be a satellite communication. Basically, one SATCOM will also do the job in terms of that. Because all you want to do is what? Is there something more than a beacon signal, or you'll have something?
No, sir. Telemetry also there.
Telemetry will be there, huh?
You can send signals to the satellite, receive signals, you can monitor telemetry, you should be able to talk to other satellites in the constellation.
I see.
Oh, that's the area.
And also
will be built into this nano satellite.
Yes.
Fantastic. Could we put a camera in it?
No, sir. Camera little tricky because it need proper stabilization. Pointing of the satellite always here, and it need more power, and size will be increasing. Mass increases, budget will go up like that. That's why we limited. And the camera thing again.
Tiny camera, just to make it little fancy.
No, that's exactly.
As people say,
just now we talked, sir. There's a lot of hyperspectral camera with 1 meter resolution, tons of images available.
That hyperspectral camera and all, I think ISRO will do it.
Yeah, that's why.
Some people, even RGB, which gives some image, it could be hazy one. The reason I'm saying is, if you look at cell phone, what people say, what has made the cell phone so powerful? Inclusion.
More than anything, selfie is powerful.
No, inclusion of camera. The day the camera got incorporated, I mean, it became like a rage. Before that, it was there. People used to make phone calls and all. You remember, I mean, we remember the Nokia phone.
Yeah.
But what made a rage was this, just adding this one small thing. So, seeing is something, all of us have a visual. So I'm saying that some low power camera, which gives even mediocre image.
But ISRO discouraged putting cameras.
Discouraging it.
They said the same thing they told. Every cell phone camera is there. What resolution you will give, what image you are going to take. Already images are there.
Proof of concept that if there are images, because communication of images is a little more complex than communication of raw data. Like speech is even all, you have raw data, then you have
camera payload, at least we need
and then you have multimedia. So there is a hierarchy of complications that comes in.
Cell phone cameras.
No, sir, even there are experiments done with the smartphones. Smartphone itself put into orbit.
Correct.
Yeah. Whatever satellite system, subsystem, it is there in our. Many universities done that.
That's a good idea. So
they throw the smartphone or anything in the orbit, because it keep on tumbling because it's not stabilized. So camera cannot be used. Other system they tried.
Tumble also. I'll get tumbling images, which are going. In fact, I would say I had a project in image processing that how to stitch together tumbling images.
No, sir, here
Today,
problem.
camera stitches a panoramic image. I can take 1, 2, 3, 4, 20.
Yeah, we understand. Stitch together and all they make.
Now, how do you stitch together tumbling images? That's a separate problem. It's not
But
solved.
this problem with the space was once something get into the orbit, it will move at super fast per second 7 kilometer.
Correct.
That speed, stabilizing or getting image, little possible. People have done. We have to go for 2U satellite, maybe double the budget, something like that. Maybe we can experiment. Next set of satellite, continuously you can think of.
Let's keep that on the table.
Yeah, yes,
We will
yes.
not necessarily execute, but
Yes.
let's keep this idea on the table and see what.
Okay.
Because if you do that, that will be like a nice,
Yeah, understand.
something unique, you know.
Sure, sure.
And it will come to ground station, cloud, and then from cloud.
Yeah, and also ground station also we have network, sir, because in one country, in India itself, we have some 75 ground station going to come. Already we have 3.
Yeah.
Similarly, 2 pass data we will get in India, over India, the satellites. The rest of the time it will be in the rest of the other part of the world. So we have ground station in Europe, East Europe, wherever country we have
We
friendly
can catch
network.
network.
They get the feed and they can put it in cloud, we can receive.
Okay. So
Like that,
coverage will
monitoring the
be-
satellite in multiple places, inter-ground station communication.
Already 3 ground stations in India. Which are the other 2?
Yeah, last 3 satellite what we launched, one in Nagpur, Raisani College of
I
Engineering.
know that.
Other one
I
is
am on their board.
Sri Shakti,
Yeah, yeah.
Coimbatore and JPR
Coimbatore.
Institute, Sri Pellambur. Coimbatore Sri Shakti Institute of Technology. Sir. It is on that,
Who you say?
no sir, Palakkad highway.
No, no,
Coimbatore. Sri Shakti Institute of Technology.
no, Coimbatore Sri Shakti, Nagpur, GH Raisoni.
JPR Chennai, Sri Perumbudur, JIT, JPR Institute of Technology. And our own office, ITCA, we have one ground station.
Okay, that's good.
Whether whatever satellites you have sent earlier, are they working now?
Yeah, no, our orbit life is over. 6 months only mission life expected. 8.5 months, 9 months it survived.
What is that we are expecting out of?
Launch vehicle, sir, I'm not getting it.
It is there in the orbit now.
Yeah, it served the purpose. What purpose we sent? We sent for demonstrating the survival of the hardware in the hostile environment. Whatever PCB we made, onboard computer we made, whatever screen system we made, all have proved their active life. That is experiment. Second thing, we communicated Internet of Things in space. That we proved IoT can work in space with our technology, our software and our ground station communicating to the satellite. This is the objective for which we sent. It is proved. So now, based on that experience only, the 75 satellite.
You won't have all 75 working at the same time.
Yeah, all independently it will work, sir.
No, but it has a lifetime of 6 months.
Yeah,
So if I launch 20 of them or 50 of them in 6
yeah, yeah. In C,
then
yeah, aging will be different.
exactly.
Based on getting into the origin, that will be there. But just it's a proof of concept satellite communicating to other satellite. We can get,
More than 1 year.
this will be more than 1 year. Sir.
More than 1 year.
Yeah, yeah. That one was 1/3 of 1U. 0.35 U only we launched. Battery also small, solar panel also small. This is all 6 panel, 6 side. We have solar panel. It is maybe 2 years it will come, no? 1.5 years to 2
We
years.
should be able to.
2 years active life.
But that's good.
Where is this factory?
Most of the ISRO approved facilities are 3 industry we finalized. One is Anand Technologies, other one is New Tech Solution, then Alpha Design. These 3 are ISRO approved vendor.
In Bangalore.
Bangalore, sir. And all are meeting ISRO requirement. All this Chandrayaan, Mangal is there, but the space related, here more of DRDO related work they are doing. It's an electronic facility. They can also do these kind of things, but their proximity testing, because that vibration table, all testing we are doing in Anand only, all the 75 satellite. Though 3-4 industry will make, fabrication only we are doing in their facility, because that clean room, 1 lakh class clean room, we are not able to have it and maintain in institutions. That's why engineering model, we do it in your college also, you can decide, you can fabricate engineering model. Flight model will be fabricated at ISRO approved facilities with their environment. Even component when we procure, no, incoming component, kitting, screening them, that all, they have their own special environment. They are only going to stock it and release it for production.
So what is the role of ISRO here in this process?
So ISRO entire so the development process, we have 3 stages, sir. Preliminary design review, PDR, critical design review, CDR, hardware design review, HDR. So all the 3 stages, ISRO experts only reviewing. PDR we already completed. PDR itself, we have more than 50 plus scientists of each domain. thermal, vibration like that. One expert, their own team is there. They reviewed, they approved that PDR. Now it's going for CDR stage, hardware realization with one engineering model. That will be again, we are trying to put in all vibration table, thermowalk. Then CDR will be conducted. Then we go for mass manufacturing with the industry. So ISRO constituted, chairman himself constituted project monitoring committee with Dr. Prakash Rao as chairman. He is the chairman of ISRO infrastructure development, and ISRO satellite center SRC they call standing review committee. SRC chairman also part of this member. Like that, PSLV launch vehicle director, SSLV launch vehicle director, like that. From Ahmedabad application center also they made. So 15-member committee, one representative from industry. Like that, they constituted a committee. That committee monitoring once in 15 days. So once in a month, they are informing Prime Minister office from ISRO headquarters. So that way they are monitoring the progress to reach the milestones in time.
It's a good project. I mean,
Yes.
the 75th year, 75th.
Yeah, correct.
What will be the return on investment?
Return on investment, we have an ecosystem lab we are having. Satellite lab we are having here. Nano satellite. Here only, ground station will be there. Then that mobile app software, with that all students can track the satellite. These are all tangible, realizable deliverables. And your satellite engineering model, functional satellite, as a classroom satellite you can use. So many may not have the feel of touch and feel of a satellite. We are talking only, nobody seen the satellite. So one satellite, what we are sending, same will be engineering model will be here in the campus. Then 24 credit courses we are introducing. This training, learning, workshop, interaction with the industry. That way, this knowledge is the new knowledge which we acquired in the process by spending this money. This is the takeaway. And more number of students may get into internships and other thing in space-related domain. Many may pursue their masters or do PhD in the similar area. May get jobs or startups may come, patents, publications. These are all takeaways.
How do you sustain this?
It depends on your interest and passion.
Because it's a one-time.
No, sir. This like this year you have a good basketball team. You won the inter-university championship. How to sustain that? Next year you get a player from.
There are 75 launch missions that you have
Not 75 satellite launched in space. That 75 different institutions.
After that, what is the next?
They will continue. Every university, every institution will continue, either on their own or with the support of industries.
And the launch station, the satellite station that we are going to.
Ground station. It's called ground.
We are going to do here.
Yeah.
Can it be the same thing can be reused for the next?
Yeah. It's a permanent asset. Permanent asset. Permanent asset.
It can, in fact, this ground station can be used to communicate with communicate or rather receive signals from weather satellites from a lot of other amateur satellites that are in orbit already.
So, for which do we need to have any government permission, or we can directly?
It's just reception. Only if you're transmitting, you need permission. For reception, you do not need any permission.
No, but the data at the ground station,
Yeah.
we will have access only from the cloud, right? We don't have direct access.
No, you have direct access. Other ground station data only through cloud you will receive.
So our
Otherwise-
ground station, we can directly access the data.
Yeah. Your satellite data you can access.
Not our satellite.
Other satellite also.
Our satellite expires.
Yeah.
Using maximum.
No, sir. Other
lifetime is 2
satellite.
years. So what happens to the ground station after 2 years? I
No,
think
sir,
that was.
No, the same amateur frequency, whichever satellite operates, you can receive, like radio receiving any program broadcast by anybody else.
The basically amateur frequencies.
Yeah, amateur frequencies.
Not much.
No, the ground station is going to be equipped for the entire VHF frequency. Any satellite.
VHF, sir, not only amateur frequency.
So-
VHF signals also, any satellite allowed to receive, we can receive. We cannot command those satellites,
No, you can't command.
we can receive the signals.
Let's say I want to start research project, especially with School of Agriculture. So my ground station will be totally equipped to receive any such data pertaining to the.
No. Right now, no. No, sir. This all remote sensing data, majority they use hyperspectral camera and other sensors, no? These are all dedicated satellite sent for the specific purpose. You can get image from ISRO. ISRO that once.
Get the data.
No. There are data available free of cost. There are data available on payment. It's all based on the resolution and your interest.
Got it.
Some image for academic research purpose, even hyperspectral image, you can get it free of cost. Yeah.
It's allowed to do things.
receivers, some universities.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, sir.
Then that is, we require permission.
No, even their courses, remote sensing courses from Dehradun, they are offering throughout the country. You can become a nodal center and you can offer all their courses here in this region. That is one model. Again,
But all due respect, it's not easy to get good data from ISRO. I mean, I've tried it. I mean, we have this big center here, right? The image processing, all the images are by this Hyderabad, what is it called, NCS.
And 2 crores.
Yeah. Very difficult. I was at Hyderabad. I mean, I tried at Bombay. I couldn't get.
no, sir, nowadays private play like Google Earth, no. Google Earth, you can get certain free images and your area of interest. Many competitors are there. Russia, they are giving images. Many countries are giving images. That is not
You
a
have to pay for it. If you want
Life of
good data,
satellite will close by 1 year or 6 months.
2 years, madam, more than 2 years.
After that, there is no use of our ground.
No, we can use it for other purpose.
So
Even next
station
year,
can be used. See,
regular companies.
What we can
Because
do,
we have
no,
only
no,
connection
my suggestion is,
No, madam, it's like you are having a mobile phone, you may not talk to your friend only, no, anybody you can talk, no. Like that, who are willing to answer your call,
Permission means for
no, you have their mobile number, they should allow you to
it's
talk
not
to
that
them,
much
like
right
that.
now. See, what understand, people who are allowing you to listen, you can listen. You cannot talk to them. So it's only listening mode.
Okay.
Somebody who says you can listen to my conversation, that you can
No,
listen.
sir, again, there are satellites, they allow us to communicate to them also.
So whatever, who allows you. Okay. The second part, the way I look at it is once you have this infrastructure in place, tomorrow, suppose we want to develop a better nano satellite.
Yeah.
This is the first case. Like as you said,
Just
tier
give you
one was,
confidence.
6 months thing. So we could look at satellite with better sensors on it. So in some sense, we can keep going. So we have to look at the cost that will come. So assuming the finances are there, one can keep on improving on having better satellites.
Yeah.
With their cooperation, we should be able to keep launching that satellite and seeing how it works.
And also, madam, in market, we can give this different way to give confidence. See, NRF ranking, various reasons, we have criticism on that ranking parameter. Even I am a little critical on them. That is one aspect. Top 100 institution, top 200, it is very difficult for many institutions to get into that. Now you are in top 10 or 15. How many institutions are having ground station? How many of them launched the satellite? So you are very well coming in top 15 or 20. So this is another way where we can showcase our strength. Again, of course, you investing money, time, energy. We are all sitting here deliberating. So this way, this is a sensible intervention. It have its own tangible, intangible benefits that we can leverage and grow further.
One more question, sir. Usually there will be, accuracy rate and failure rate.
Yeah,
Assume that some problem occurs.
Yeah.
You have spent money.
Yeah, correct.
Then what will be the thing?
No,
Because
here,
at least I don't know much about the rackets. At least 1 to 10%, there is a chance of failure. But
that risk always there, sir, because launch vehicle, again, we are banking upon ISRO's PSLV success and SSLV, their heritage. So that's why in space.
It will be there at every level. It will be.
Deal
No.
with accuracies and
No, sir, satellite level, so what we are investing for building the satellite, that was ensured here. Till qualification, it is our responsibility. Whatever we build, it should qualify ISRO rigorous test, integrating into the launch vehicle. It's called qualification test. Vibration, shock, and thermovac chamber, it has to survive. Then also satellite has to work. It is literally baking, putting the satellite into the oven.
Is based on ISRO experiments only, sir.
No, that's all.
There is a possibility it may fail, it may not get into orbit. It may be simply launched and it will go into space, nothing may happen. Or it may work for a day or two and some glitch occurs, it fails. So those risks are always there. Yeah, that has happened with any.
Yeah, that's also.
But here we are ensuring the preliminary test and this all level check and balance. And finally, qualification test.
Space is that way.
Yeah, that's
full of risk. By and large, we have been reasonably successful with this.
Yeah.
Success rate is quite
Means
good.
it's based on the each satellite or the total vehicle, what we send to 75, we are
No, he's
sending.
sending, he's saying that sometimes if 5 of them are ready, they will launch 5.
Okay, but the failure rate means based on the individual satellite or the total 75 or
This
whatever.
is
There are too many variables.
No, this launch vehicle, if you look at any PSLV launch vehicle, normally 150 to 200 crore they are spending on the vehicle. We are spending 80 lakhs on the satellite. We are taking all precautions. How much precaution they will take when they put 150 crore, they don't want to lose at any chance. That's why there is no insurance for them also. There are satellites spend 300, 400 crores on satellite. That satellite also get exploded with the launch vehicle in Australia. Some of the launch. That kind of risk is there.
No, risk is this is a high risk venture, no doubt about it, because you can't repair. No?
Yes.
Once it is gone, it's gone. It's not like a car or something, it breaks down, you tow it back to the garage and repair it. You can't do all that. I think you might want to come here. No, why don't you do it with my?
Yes.
Yes.
Insurance is there, sir, but premium is too high. From insuring, that's why PSLV, they never insure the launch. Because 150 crore they're spending on the launch. As for insurance premium also another 100 crore they have to pay.
No, but I will
Take a risk. Like all our KPSRTC transport bus, they never insure. Because 5,000, 10,000 premium will be very expensive. So anyway, to get accident, we can say government tax to the that is cheaper. For us only we have to insure.
then I will say logo. And just India initiative.
Yeah, that page you can change.
No, doesn't have to be India. I think it's nice to ISRO logo we add and then say
I'll do it immediately before I. Sir is telling remove Indo-Israel initiative and we keep it India initiative.
Or whatever, Yeah, and
Or can sit in your place so that we get good photographs while signing.
I think we can stand at the back.
Can we stand, sir?
Yeah, we'll stand.
Okay. Or the team of Anurag.
We'll stand.
Copy.
Yes, sir, they are in the June 16th.
The signing is done.
Video charges. After the
We'll take one picture. Half of us on one side, other half on the other. We can come.
Sir. Window open. Light was dark side. Put the window. Okay. Light was. Right.
Both of them face us.
Yes.
If the next was both of them.
Full signing. Not very complicated.
Yes, they can have signed.
I passed.
Dude, ask him once in a person will sign. Otherwise, once here, we can't make it simple.
Yes, sir.
Next time we do this.
Sir.
Ma'am, every page will feel also page also. Feel is not necessary in every page.
Yeah, last page.
Last page only. by all the advanced training, then will be more advanced.
Yes. Let's see. You want
I request everyone, please switch on your videos. Sir, please switch on your video, sir.
Here actually, in this para, we missed Vijay. Here one small signature. మీరు ఒకరు ఇంకొకటి చేంజెస్ ఇంకొక సైన్ చేయాలి సార్ ఒకటి ఇందులో ఉంది
Sign on each page and all. Some corrections.
Okay, there are the Vijay team. So tomorrow MBA NAC.
Like we said,
Any students who
I'll just remove this.
Chair for lag. Chair for head lag. Madam, chair pieces.
అయిపోయింది 2 minutes అంతే.
For 2 minutes.
2 minutes does the virus know that?
We are taking pictures.
I think you should exchange.
Sir, madam.
Madam,
We'll take one picture of there.
Yeah.
Here.
We'll all move it. Yeah, I tell. Okay.
madam, ikkada.
I think let
I think we'll exchange this. Yeah, again, we'll one more photo.
One big round of applause.
Yes, so thank you.
Take this right.
Please remove your mask.
Mask తీయండి సార్.
సార్ గుడ్ ఆఫ్టర్నూన్ సార్. సార్ ఒకసారి మీరు మాస్క్ తీయండి సార్. సార్ రాజశేఖర్ సార్. సార్ ఒక్కసారి మాస్క్. థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
To all the guests here, we have lunch in the third floor below this. And one more, all the HODs and the directors and deans can go ahead for lunch. And we'll have a small placement with the chancellor sir. It's a very short, very short. And Murali sir, that side.
only 4-5 members. Banner there. Banner there. అదేంటి మధ్య పెట్టాము నాకు ఫోన్లు ఇచ్చారు ఎంత పెట్టారు మేము
షార్ట్ వేసుకోండి.
పోతే